All right. So I think this is one of the first podcasts I've done where it's actually nighttime.
Oh, sweet.
And I've got Rory van Grol from Ugly Duck Coffee here tonight.
Hello, hello.
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just gearing up for the week that we got ahead of us. Grand opening is on Tuesday, so we're pretty amped on that.
So it's the official grand opening.
The official, yeah, 100% going for it. It'll launch into our evening hours. So right now we've just been doing our soft opening, training people, getting comfortable, spending some time adding shelving and other things. So we've been doing 8 to 3 from Tuesday to Saturday right now, and then we're launching into 8 to 7 Tuesday through Saturday.
Wow, see, that's the big step.
Exciting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot more hours, but I'm up for it.
Yeah. Well, let's put the plug in. So let's give the location.
Sure. Yeah. So since not popping up everywhere, we have landed at 89 Charlotte Street. It's the old little bakery for a lot of people. Remember that. And then most recently, the old 1975 gallery. It's located facing Pitkin Street. So all the rubble and lovely interloop happenings.
One-way streets and everything that's confusing to people.
Yeah,
right in the middle of that.
Right at our front door. You can come in through the Harts parking lot, and we have parking right directly behind our building, and then you can come through our doors, right behind Two Vine as well. So there's a nice couple of great landmarks there, being Harts and Two Vine.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, you got those two places. I mean, somebody's going for groceries, going for dinner. You've got two combination things to do with what you're offering. So
yeah, and then the little theaters right there, and arenas. Florist is right there, which is awesome. I think it's going to be a great spot in general, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. So you and I were talking about this a little the other day about first option locations versus what actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, I mean, you've been on a bit of a journey over the last, what has it been, like almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, over 2 years. So about 2.5 years currently, since we really started planning to open up a shop.
Yeah.
We were going for a neighborhood shop, and unfortunately it didn't work out for whatever reasons, a lot of reasons. 9 months we had a lease, and we just had to walk away. It was a great space, still is a great space.
Yeah, because I mean, that was, so for those of you that don't know, that was going to be in the North Winton Village area.
Yep.
Which, for me, being just outside the North Winton Village area, I mean, really, the plans and the few photos I saw of the space, I mean, it really was shaping up to be sort of a landmark community building place in the neighborhood as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we wanted. We wanted to be like a neighborhood, community-oriented spot, where people walk their dogs, walk their kids, families come hang out. And we still hope we can be that space. Unfortunately, it's not within an actual neighborhood right now. And it's building up around us. I mean, not to say that the city isn't a neighborhood, but it's definitely different.
And it's transitioning so fast.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, with the interloop filling in and all the controversy that's coming around with that right now.
Charlotte Street Apartments should be done in a few months, so that's huge. It's great jump off point.
Great to have a built-in audience as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess we're kind of going through the history of Ugly Duck Coffee. So we're talking about what the original location was.
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, you went in a completely different direction.
Yeah, so after we walked away from the space, which was probably one of the hardest things that I had to do, was to, switch gears and really just give some, you felt like you were giving up a part of yourself, that you were failing in a weird way. But ultimately, like, I think that it made us, my wife and I, and when I say us, more committed to what we were doing. And then year 2 of our business plan initially was to do an events catering side. And that's where the mobile unit and all of that aspect came out of us for doing pop-up stuff. So, we gave up the keys and we, 2 hours later started planning what was the mobile operation. So,
I appreciate that. I mean, you're really getting deep into the entrepreneurial spirit once the first thing fails, and you don't just you do a little bit, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's got to be some grieving,
Oh, totally.
About what it was.
I was totally frustrated and pissed off and sad, and but at the end of the day, it's I knew that this is what I wanted to be doing. And my wife was like, no, this is, ever since we met, like, that's your passion is this, and this is what you need to pursue. So, we were just like, all right, I'll continue working jobs and I will make this happen and figure it out.
So, I mean, it really, from the time that stopped to the time the cart actually hit the streets.
Yeah.
What was that time period in between when you were sort of halfway in between things?
So December 2014 was when we bought our mobile machine and when we laid plans to do the mobile bar and setup. June 14th, 2015 is when we had our first pop-up.
So, I mean, you're talking 6 months solid of prep and work and planning.
Yep. We had to build out a kitchen in our basement to have it be, licensed with the health department and
really,
yeah,
so
all that stuff.
You had to turn your basement into a commissary.
Yep, we had to build a separate doored unit with sinks and all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't think you had to actually turn your. I'm just gonna say that just because it's a little baffling. You had to turn your basement into an official commissary.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. And you're not serving food.
Not food. No.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a food product, I guess, but you're not serving food.
Yeah. So we had to we went through all the hoops to do that, and with Monroe County, and we just wanted to be legal, and we wanted to have everything on a level playing field, and not get caught like doing something we weren't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because I mean, there's plenty that have in the past,
and then you build momentum, and then what happens? You're kind of left holding a bag and a loan, and you still have to pay for something,
Right.
So we did it. We tried to be as legit as possible.
Was there any other weird hoops that you thought you had to deal with that you weren't ready for?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much back and forth, and there's so many little things that you don't think about when you're planning something like this, and you figure it out as you go. Like you'll go to one person and they'll say, no, well, you need to talk to this person, and then you go to that person, then they lead you back to somebody else, and it's a weird race and a weird roundabout journey in a big way. And I understand why people hire lawyers to get them through this process.
Oh, I can't imagine, because I mean, it's all new, and it's when you're finally cracking that seal of owning your own business. It's a completely different world.
Totally. And
even though it's all the same things, but it's completely different.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't see that. Like the 6 months of getting a pop-up off the ground, or a mobile unit off the ground.
Right.
And from switching gears, filing all your legal requirements to be a business, and then filing all your, inspections and what have you, and certifications and all those things that you need to operate. Might seem silly to some people, but that's the law of the land currently. And then when you don't fall into any of those niches, like those designations, then people don't really know what to do. And then you're kind of like, okay.
Right, because you're not a food truck.
Right.
You're not a hot dog cart.
Right.
You're a completely different entity all in one thing, but they're trying to fit you into those veins.
So you're confusing people along the way, trying to describe your process. And,
right.
It was definitely interesting, and you learn how to navigate that system, and you learn what to say so they would understand what you're doing. And I think that helped us be able to pitch what we're doing to people that might not understand what we were going for.